Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? It's your boy JB here, joined here by Zoe himself in the flesh. And you know he's got a lot to say about Minnesota this weekend. So let's go ahead and kick it over to Zoe. How are we doing today?
Man, I can't complain, man. I'm blessed. Highly favored, bro, for real.
Oh, you know you're feeling great. Vikings went out there, embarrassed the Bengals. Not only that, you got your boy Jordan Addison coming back, I believe now. He was what, suspended 3 games? So how
Yeah,
are you feeling now?
I feel like now, well, these next two games, we know we got AFC North opponents overseas, and having a veteran quarterback like Carson Wentz with that run game we found, and with Addison and Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson, that's just more weapons for my quarterback and more trouble for the defense.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for trouble indeed. Man, what was your thoughts about this past week in the NFL? I saw a lot of special teams going out there making plays, blocking kicks, a lot of craziness happening.
Yeah, the special team this week was like, man, special team was crazy. Everybody was blocking field goals,
Yeah.
missing field goals, getting them blocking everything. It was just crazy.
But you know what? I started hearing a little bit of stuff now, Zoe. Now you tell me if I'm tripping or not, because when I heard this, I had not considered this before. But if you're paying a man that much money, maybe you at least throw out this topic. Now, again, it's too early right now, but Michael Penix, the Atlanta Falcons are one of the biggest surprises to me outside of the fact that Cleveland beat Green Bay, but Cleveland's going to beat somebody this season. And so why not get your loss out early? But to have the Falcons lose the way that they lost to the Carolina Panthers there, like, is Michael Penix Jr. right now in trouble in Atlanta? Can we possibly at some point see Kirk Cousins again?
Man, I think only way you see Kirk for real probably if Michael Penix get hurt. But like I said, man, he a young quarterback, man. He gonna have games like that. Then he gonna have some awesome game. You gotta live through it. But I see they running game may do nothing to help him out neither though. So that go back to the offensive line. But I don't think they crossed. I don't think they crossed the other team 40-yard line all game. No, that was crazy.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, you say what happened?
I said, yeah, I know they missed like 2 field goals in that game. And you think about Koo's replacement. They just got rid of Koo because he was having issues there, longtime Falcon. And then a new guy comes in and he just starts missing kicks. So that's insane there. And so Black Medicine, what's good?
What's the deal, my guy?
Man, speaking of the Falcons, Black Medicine, man, what was your take on that? I know you know the Falcons better than anybody, man. What was your thoughts on what went down against the Panthers?
Oh,
Because
he a
I was
Vikings.
shocked.
He a
You're
Falcons
a
fan.
Falcons fan. Falcons fan. Oh
That
yeah.
was like having zero against like. But I also will say this though. What happened to their defense?
That's a game they would have trapped me on that one because they played you guys a couple weeks ago. And so they looked good in that game. And so against the Carolina Panthers, it would have been fair to assume. I thought maybe if they're going to lose, it would have been a missed field goal, something like that. But that was not just a missed field goal. It was a lot.
Yeah,
Let's
like
see.
what
Black Mesa says
pass rush?
turn the TV before they get out the window.
That
So
shit
yeah,
was
it was
just
a lot.
that shit
It is
was
a
just
lot.
great. I ain't expect that coming.
Absolutely.
Angel, mad
Mike.
chatter,
Mike says, dang, JB, you're harder to reach than the president.
busy man.
What's good, Mike? What's good? Nah,
Yeah,
JB just didn't get back until maybe about 10, 15 minutes ago. I got back. So that's why I had to push the stream back like 30 minutes. And by the way, if you're looking for Old Man is actually working some extra hours today, covering in for someone, so he won't be able to join us today. But he's out there making money, so definitely
yeah,
understand that.
you
And
got to.
Angel, what's good? Let's see. Mike says that
So
is the Panthers you expect to see. Wait, did Bryce Young even do anything in that game? Because like I don't think he had to. I think the defense
no,
did all the work. Just like with the Minnesota game, the defense did so much. The offense didn't really have to do much but just run the clock, honestly.
but I can say this. I did see him make. I did see he did run for a touchdown, and I'm about to see what he do in the air. Like he did have a nice scramble. I think on fourth down, if I ain't mistaken, he threw
Okay.
for 100. He threw for 121 yards. They ran the ball for 110 yards. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Mm.
Michael Penix had 2 picks. Will they pick sixes or something? I don't know. He ain't throw. Bryce Young ain't throw no touchdown. He ran for one. And a running back ran for one. So I don't know where they touchdown came from. Had to be like defense.
Seahawks game in which, I mean, I was only watching that game purely because I got Alvin Kamara on my fantasy football team and I wanted to see what he was going to do. And I had the Seahawks defense. I had to start him this week. Chose them over Buffalo versus Miami. I made the right decision there choosing the Seahawks defense because they embarrassed the Saints. That one was like over.
Man, the defense you needed last week was the Vikings defense.
That's what I needed, man. But ain't nobody going to trade me the Vikings defense, though.
I got
They
their
know better
defense.
than that. I know better than to ask you for a trade, so I'll
Nah.
find someone else. Fire, shout out to Ode. And so, yes, Bryce was running. He was mobile. He was dangerous. I mean, hey, something now when the vibes start going good in the game, you see the best of Bryce there. But when it's tough and stuff and that pressure's getting to him, that's when I want to see him step it up. But you're right. He's learning how to front run a little bit.
Yeah, that receiver who Mike talking about, he made a couple good catches though. I did see that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna need him to not do that next week when the Patriots play the Panthers. I'm gonna need him to not do that this week.
I
But I
don't know.
think Gazo coming back this week, I think. So he might be the one to lock him down.
Yeah, he nice.
Sure.
He nice. He been balling all season long for real though.
I expected that. Seeing him in college, I knew that was going to be the case there.
Man,
Absolutely.
talk about receivers. Talk about receivers, man. What's up with your boy Marvin Harris Jr., man?
Oh, man. You know, I mean, all I'm going to say is that we see a lot of great receivers early in their career. They have drop issues, you know, like cases with Terrell. You look at some of the times with Jamar Chase early in his career, he had a bunch of drops. So all I'm going to say is he ain't dead yet, all right? He ain't been playing up to his potential, but give him some time. He's young.
Yeah, I feel you though, but damn, this year he ain't do nothing his rookie year.
I mean, they looked at his numbers, they compared it to his father's numbers, and they were basically identical between him and Marvin Harrison. So I'm gonna give it some time. But he had a couple big drops though, because I know Black Medicine got him on his fantasy team, and I saw Marvin Harrison drop a wide open pass.
Yeah, he was.
So
I quit putting that man on my parlays, man. Like, man, that man don't even know where an end zone look like in the NFL.
But I see your boy, speaking of receivers, he came through this week. AJ Brown finally. I know
Man, he
he's on your
finally
fantasy
woke up.
team.
Yeah, he
So
finally woke. AJ woke up and Zay Flowers went to sleep. That's crazy.
Now, did the Eagles actually switch who was calling the plays in the middle of that game, like the second half? Did something like that occur?
I don't know. I heard Eagle fans said something like that, but I never read or heard nothing from the Eagles saying that. I don't know what happened to the play calling, because that play calling against the Rams was something different. The Rams just choked.
Oh yeah, special teams wasn't special at all.
No.
What's good, Samuel?
Sonny,
What's
what's the
good?
deal? Yeah, that was a piss poor performance by the Rams. I was disappointed.
And then there are some teams that, I mean, injuries seem to be like just the theme right now. I know Tampa Bay, Mike Evans, he's going to be dealing with an injury. Seem like a couple weeks there. Terry McLaurin, he might miss a week. So a couple guys going down at that receiver position.
RC, what's going on?
What's
And
good?
Your favorite team already hurt again, the 49ers.
Man, they stay
Man,
hurt, man.
ain't lying, like that ain't nothing to even talk about no more. Like that shit old news now.
I just watched him just because of Christian McCaffrey on my fantasy team, just praying every time he touched the ball that he gets up from that hit. I'm like, don't let him go down. I need him.
I think they give him the ball too much though already, man.
He got a choice. I mean, they got Mac Jones in their last couple games, so they got to at least make sure that the defense stays with that 8-man box at least.
Yeah, you might want to ease him up. It's only week 3. He get the ball a lot. I'm like, damn.
Surprised Brian Robinson doesn't get a couple more carries, considering that how much they have to depend on the run game right now with all the injuries. So you're right.
I like Mac Jones. I thought Mac Jones was gonna take Brock Purdy's spot. before he got that contract.
I didn't think all that now. I know that they
I
would
did.
like to, but I didn't think all that now. I
I
seen Mac
don't.
Jones myself.
But you know, man, you know Kyle Shanahan with quarterbacks, he can get the best up out of you.
You know, every year we come across a case. This year it seems to be, at least right now, Daniel Jones, just seeing what he's doing in Indianapolis, he looks great in that offense. I mean, there's no denying it. And I'm like, what's different here? Because with the Giants, he had Saquon Barkley at one point. He did have a Saquon Barkley, and so, but it just comes down to play calling. And then the time he spent at Minnesota as well as a backup, just erasing all the bad and relearning the good. Because he showed us one year when they went to the playoffs, I think he threw like what, 20 touchdowns, 5
Yeah.
interceptions. He's capable of learning and digesting stuff but it has to be the perfect scenario. And this is the perfect scenario.
I really don't feel like Brian Dable was a good head coach. Cause I read a lot of stuff. They saying Brian Dable wasn't even the person that developed Josh Allen when he was there. It was the quarterback coach.
So he just took credit for my man work then. Because that's all
Yeah,
people were saying before.
yeah. But they said it was a quarterback coach. And I'm starting to see that. Dable, like, he about to throw that rookie in there against the Chargers. Man.
You say you could have learned today. He
Yeah,
said
he gonna learn.
his job, he may not last another week, and he knows it. He knows it. So he's like, hey, I got to throw the kid in there and pray we come out with a victory somehow, some way. So that's what he's doing. This is a
Man, shit.
desperation heave.
Man, Harbaugh about to eat that rookie up.
So what are we thinking about Russell Wilson here? Because I assume that this means that's the end of Russ. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think this is the end of Russ, or will Russ find another opportunity at some
Man,
point?
if I'm the Giants, I'm trading his ass. Why you want to keep him for?
Who wants him, though? That's the question. Who wants him?
Shit. The Bengals need a quarterback. Clearly, the Saints need a quarterback.
I mean, the Saints should take calls regarding a quarterback. They should. They should. That's a whole
Even the
different.
Bengals. You're not winning shit with no you ain't winning shit with what's his name? Joe Burrow. What's his name?
No, no. What's his last name?
Browner.
I know you're talking about, but I can't think of his name. Put Jameis
His
in.
name Browner or something.
What's good,
They
Isaac?
might as
Is it
well.
John Browning, or am I thinking of the other quarterback?
Jake Browner or something like that.
Jake. There you go. Browning, something like that.
Yeah.
So he loves throwing interceptions now. I mean, Jameis believe in throwing interceptions every game.
But I could take that from him, though. Like, fuck it. You know how Jameson is. But that rookie go out there, he throw 3 interceptions. Then you play the Saints probably on the road. Then you play the Broncos. Man, shit. Then you got the Eagles. Man, that's tough.
Let's see. RC said, "Who's worse, Cowboys, Saints, or Giants right now?"
I would say Cowboys. Shit. At least the Giants got a little bit of hope. Like they quarterback might bring the Cowboys, they got no hope. You got Dak for like 3-4 more years. CeeDee Lamb hurt again. Defense can't stop a nosebleed. You overpaid for Trayvon Diggs, bum ass. You overpaid for another defensive lineman they paid this offseason. Like the Cowboys is a hot mess.
Do they have the rookie quarterback, but they also got that rookie running back as well, Cam Scottable. So you got him also, and you'll see what they can do, plus young Malik Neighbors. So at least you have some pieces there, defense as well. As for the Cowboys, in my mind, you got a couple first round picks coming up this year. Gonna be real bad. It's gonna be real bad there, but you at least can see, like, okay, off season, we might can do something. We still got our brand, but the Saints, you're stuck between Spencer Rattler and a rookie quarterback that the fans are not excited for. Imagine that. You got a rookie quarterback, and even your fans, they're like, we don't need to see nothing. We don't need to see nothing. We know this kid is not him. Now, could we be wrong? Sure, but the Saints, they're hard to watch right now. They are hard to watch. You better not put them on prime time. I don't even want them at 12 o'clock anymore. Just put them on at a time where nobody knows they're playing at this point, because it's that bad to watch the Saints. So that's how I feel about them.
Yeah, but
At least the Cowboys had a close game against the Eagles, something competitive.
But I'm looking at the Saints like this year. It is like the Saints are probably trying to get that number 1 pick. But like the Saints, to me, the Saints' future is better than the Cowboys. Cause how do you fix the Cowboys within 3 years compared to what they at in a division though? Yeah. Like they ain't got no run game. The defense is just horrible. The offense is just that they don't even try to outscore people no more. They lost to the Bears.
It's true.
Man, the Cowboys in a hot mess right now, man.
It was dealing it right down real bad.
Xander, what's the deal, my boy? I see you in there.
Was good. Go ahead and start looking at some of the picks. And again, we wasn't live for our previous picks, so this will be kind of new for us. But I see right now, Zoe, looking at your overall pick, you're sitting right at 500 on the year right now for college pick and stuff. I
Yeah, I
think you were
was.
slightly below it, so like you're climbing up there now. You're in second place
Man, I'm
now.
happy you said something about college, man, because I want to talk about that quarterback in Maryland.
Let's talk about him.
Man, hey, he a freshman, right?
I didn't know he was a freshman.
He a freshman, man. He been balling.
Let me see who did Maryland play. I'll tell you what though. Nebraska surprised me. I really thought you guys were about to blow them out. Felt like that. I had no interest in watching that one whatsoever there. But tell me what happened against Nebraska there. Why was it so close there? And what do you think Michigan needs to improve upon so that way moving forward, a team like this that you should beat by 20 points at least doesn't hang around?
I just feel like Michigan, man. If you see the offense, it really like the offense is getting better with Michigan, man. And I want to say this: the last two games where Sharon Moore been missing, our offense been looking totally different. Even when we played New Mexico, our offense ain't been looking like this. If Sharon Moore come back and our offense look like it did in the first 2 weeks, he do not need to be the head coach of Michigan, man. I don't know who called the plays. Cause I know they said I forgot my man now. I know they say he called plays, but when Sharon Moore is there, I guess he don't want to piss him off. So he called scary plays or whatever. But these last two games, Michigan offense beginning together though. I like what I've been seeing, even though the game against Nebraska was close, but I kind of like their quarterback though, for real. Like he okay. I knew they
Nice
weren't gonna beat us
performance
though.
lately. Yeah, how has Bryce been performing as of late? Are you happy with his development?
Yeah. Bryce, like I know week 2 ain't look too good, but I told you when we went live, I ain't like how fast they gave us Oklahoma with a freshman quarterback. But
Mm-hmm.
Bryce been getting together though. Like he been looking better every week. He getting more comfortable, so he should be getting better. I like what I see out of Bryce. He running with the football more. He got more zip on the ball. The running game is coming way alive.
A little bit more. I did notice that.
You say what?
Yeah, I did notice that he was using his legs a little bit more in that last game, and that's what it
Yeah,
takes. That's what it takes.
especially in college.
Oh yeah, you guys can see this clear.
Yeah.
200. So okay, bad. So we'll look at the current standings right now. So my lead feels like it's getting smaller for college football. I think I was up by maybe 3 or 4 games before that. So right now you're 2 games behind. You're 3 games above old man here. So old man must have had a tough week last week when it came to those picks. I thought I had a tough week, no lie. So this makes me feel a little better. So we'll start off with what he did last week and see just how he did. So he went 4-6 last week. Let's see. He made the same mistake I made with Utah. I chose Utah at home. Texas Tech had the second largest victory on the road at Utah in like the last decade that they've seen in terms of their defeat. So Texas Tech, they looked really good in that game because I watched a little bit of it, and yeah, the Red Raiders, they looked really good in that matchup. Oh, Memphis. He chose Memphis. I'm trying to think that I think I chose the Razorbacks here, but I don't remember if I chose them or Memphis. I think I went with the Razorback in this one, but Old got that one correct. TCU. Oh yeah, never doubt. I always believe in Josh Hoover any chance I get. He's like if currency is on the line, he's my most trusted quarterback currently playing right now, and that's TCU's quarterback there. I believe in him when it comes to getting yards and stuff, touchdowns against SMU. I felt like he would go to work. And again, these are not my picks here. These are old man picks.
I'm,
Ooh. That's probably why he picked up that extra shift right there, Zoe, and to
Yeah,
avoid that.
he went. He
He
went
went
against. He went against
Nebraska.
the grain.
Wow, he thought Nebraska was gonna do it. All right, let's see. Sanders says Michigan versus Wisconsin coming back. You're gonna be live for that. Are you gonna be live for that one, Zoe?
Michigan
Versus
got a bye week.
Wisconsin? For the, I guess that's the next matchup coming back off the bye week.
Oh, probably so.
Ooh, old man chose North Carolina. I want to say I didn't entertain that thought. I think I entertained it for a little bit, but I was like, nah, I'm just thinking about Belichick. That's it. So I ended up going UCF. I want to say I went UCF anyways, but Old went North Carolina here.
Ain't that where your quarterback from?
Say what?
Ain't your quarterback from North Carolina?
Yep.
Oh,
Drake Mason of North Carolina.
yeah.
So
How
is
you
the
like? Oh yeah,
running back for the Chargers also.
We'll wait till we talk about the NFL. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I know what's coming. But man, this whole Bill Belichick saga's got to stop at some point, man. They got to fire him to save the program at this point, man. This is
You
bad.
think so?
I think so. I mean, at the end of the at some point, you got to fire him. Why? Because he's burning bridges with the NFL, so that's going to hurt your prospects. You're not winning games that like that you could win, and at some point, it's just going to be a negative stigma around the thing because all they're going to see and talk about is Bill Belichick's girlfriend all the entire time. She might be calling the plays at this point. She really might be calling the plays.
Hey man, you retarded for that one.
I'm just saying, like he might be calling the plays, offense and defense. He let what's his face Patricia do it, so why won't he let her do it? But you know what? Mike brings up a good point there about Clemson. Do you have any idea what is wrong with Clemson? Because they honestly, on paper, should not be this level of bad. So like, any ideas?
Duke? Oh, you said North Carolina?
Didn't hear that.
Would you said who shouldn't be that bad?
Clemson.
Man, fuck Clemson, man. People hype that damn quarterback up, man. They hype that quarterback up all season long. Him and that LSU quarterback, bro. Clemson. What that head coach name again over there?
Dabo. Yeah, Dabo Sweeney.
It's time to go, man. It's time to move on, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Clemson is a hot mess right now. When the last time Clemson beat a top team?
Clemson beat a top team.
I'm saying it wasn't last year or the year before. Because they had DJU.
A minute.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's over with, man. That Clemson shit over with, man. And I hate the way the media be hyping quarterbacks up. They hype me up on like, damn, he gonna be a dog. I about put money on him to win the fucking national championship.
That money.
I'm like, damn.
Right though, you're right though. But I mean, I really didn't think they were gonna be this bad this year. But man, like it's just funny how things change. But personally, if I'm Dabo, it's time to go ahead, get that resume ready, and go over to Alabama because I truly feel like Alabama would embrace him and stuff. And so I feel like that would be the move to go to for him next year if he wants to continue to win at a high level. Go there because they can't wait to get rid of their coach. He's already lost too many games for their liking, so they can't wait to replace him.
Man, they need to.
Let's continue. So, all right. So, O chose North Carolina State. I think I did also. So did 85% of the population here. But Duke actually won that game. I had no idea Duke was going to win that one.
Me neither.
Now, I did know that Miami was going to beat Florida. I did know that. I think last year I foolishly chose Florida in this matchup there, and I hadn't forgot I made that mistake last year. So I definitely chose Miami, and the game went about how I thought it would go, 26-7, about that.
It was crazy.
I chose Illinois. I chose Indiana, but I did not think Indiana was going to win 63-10. Yo, what's up with that? 63-10.
That was crazy.
That's insane. Both of these teams were undefeated there, and as you can see, the Fighting Illini were the favorites there. 64% believe that they were going to win. But I mean, my goodness, I chose Indiana purely because at home, their coach, I got a lot of respect for their coach. I think they got a good coach and they're coached good. So I felt like the Fighting Illini was a team that they could beat, but I didn't think they were going to go out there and do this.
Hey, JB, hold on 1 second.
Bet. All right, Mike, and just to make sure you did get the link that Zoe shared with you, Mike. So yeah, so old man chose Baylor. It was a close game against Arizona State, but Arizona State did win that one. I could easily have seen Baylor winning that one as well. 71% of the population chose Baylor at home, but Arizona State did win that matchup. And that was a big win for Arizona State, honestly, because we're talking about if Arizona State does not necessarily win that game there, then their college football playoff hopes would definitely have taken a major dive there. But they still have aspirations for trying to get there. I know that they've already lost there, but they're a team that certainly, if they can win throughout, that can certainly increase their odds.
Ooh.
Next up was BYU versus East Carolina. Oh yeah, I knew BYU was going to give them the work there. Now, East Carolina used to be an exciting team. I mean, they had guys like didn't Chris Johnson go to East Carolina? East Carolina, Chris Johnson, back with the guy that played for the Titans years ago, Mr. 2K
Oh, the
himself.
running back? I don't know.
I can't hear you there.
I said the running back, I don't know.
Still can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
There you go.
Oh.
College produced guys like Chris Johnson, who played for the Titans. David Garrard also went to East Carolina, so they're known to produce a couple guys every once in a while. And when they do, they tend to be interesting players. I'll say that. That's what she said. We're about to get smashed like Illinois, Iowa. That is. Now, I don't know what the Fighting Illini I thought that they were going to do. Just show up on the field and win. All right, how many points total scored there for Miami versus Florida? He said 38. The final score was 33. When will one of us actually get it right for the projected score, man? Like at some point we got to.
No, I ain't seen this yet.
Let's see. RC said if Illinois could not beat Indiana, how can Iowa beat Indiana? Ain't no way, y'all.
You ain't
I
lying.
mean, you never know. You never know. You never know. All right, let's see how Zoe did this past week. All right, so you went 6-4. You did the opposite of old man there. You went 6-4. All right, so Utah, hey, all of us made that mistake there at Utah. You chose the Razorbacks also. TCU, of course, Michigan, UCF, NC State, Miami. Okay. It's a tough one for all of us.
Yeah.
BYU. All right, and you said 47 points, turned out to be 33. I guess I should have taken into account that Miami's defense could possibly shut down Florida's offense that badly and would lower the score.
You ain't lying.
You know I
Damn.
did last week. I also went 6-4 last week. Missed the Utah one also. Missed on the Razorback. Got TCU, Michigan, UCF. Missed on North Carolina State. I'm about to say, did we miss the exact same ones?
Yeah, right. I think that too.
Miami. Did pick Indiana. Missed on Baylor also.
Our shit didn't look the same.
Basically, then 49 was just 2 points higher than what you picked. So,
Mama Cash, how you doing?
What's good? She said
Appreciate
JB
you
Nada
checking in.
Indiana defense was pummeling Illinois sold out. They really did. They really did. They said, what about us? What about us? Absolutely. All right, so now it's time to make our picks for this upcoming week.
That's good. Your jersey on the way, Mama Catch.
Good to hear you are doing well.
What week is this? Week 4?
Week 5. Man, she's ready, man. Week ready?
Oh no, this is week 5.
Got a good one here. USC versus Illinois. I'll go first with this one. Fighting Illini just got embarrassed there. They were previously number 9. They just got embarrassed. Now, how do you respond when you get beat to the ground the way that they just got beat? I think at home here versus USC, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Fighting Illini redeemed themselves. I know it was an ugly beatdown last time, but that should piss this team off getting beat
Appreciate
like
you, Bobby
that
Catch.
on the road. So we will see. We will see. What do you think, Zoe?
Man, you said they got beat down last week. How they respond?
Beat them.
With another L? With another L. I'm going with USC.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we can see them going. Either way. So Zoe, you'll go first with this one. Notre Dame versus the Razorback.
Ah, man. On the road, Arkansas at home.
Okay, you going to Arkansas here?
Yeah, I go with the home
Oh
team.
man, Notre Dame team ranked 22, but they're 1-2 overall. 1-2. It's hard to put a lot of faith. I don't chose Notre Dame twice and they don't let me down in a big game. But the Razorbacks, they just lost to Memphis. But I do think that Memphis is a good team. However, if I'm choosing the better team, I'm gonna give Notre Dame one final chance. But they go out here and embarrass me again, they ain't got to worry about me after this. But I'm gonna go Notre Dame for this one. Rutgers versus Minnesota here. Let's go ahead and catch up on some of the comments real quick. So Mike says you're struggling for the Papa John's game. And by the way, Zoe, our Papa John's game means our game of the week, essentially. Got your
Oh,
Papa John's pizza game of the week. You've got your popcorn, which is like your second game that you like of the week. And then what was the third one? I think it used to be the Bojangles game, where you basically just choose another game that you like and stuff. That was something that we developed like a couple of years ago. So Mike's still holding strong with that. But for me, I would
yeah.
say my Papa John's game is going to be the Oregon versus Penn State game because I'm a Big Ten guy. I just hate the fact that they put that game on at the same time that Georgia's going to be playing Alabama because now
Damn,
you
they did.
lose between two teams. Say what, Zoe?
I said, damn, they did.
They did, and they made both of them later games, so therefore it's like, dang, that's not in my streaming window right there. But I'm gonna see if I can pick one of those. But the Big Ten, Oregon versus Penn State, because none of those teams have really played nobody this year. So I want to see in a big game how do they both look. That Dante Moore kid, how does he look against that Penn State defense? And hey, they wanted Penn State to be ranked number 2 at the beginning of the year. I'm pretty sure one of them wanted to make them number 1 and stuff like that. So I want to see how do they look against each other and who's the real threat between the two. That's what I want to see. Thank you all so much. Love you make life great. And so we appreciate that and we appreciate you.
And you know what crazy, JB? And I just realized, dog. Remember we were talking about that CJ Carr quarterback?
Yeah.
Man, I forgot he from Michigan, man. I watched him play in high school, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That makes sense though, since his father was a coach at Michigan. It would make sense that he would be from Michigan.
he played against my man. He played against the West Bloomfield, the receiver from Michigan. He played with my little man. He was a
Oh, okay.
quarterback when he was there.
It's a small world out there, man. A small world. See, Ole Miss plays against LSU. That's another one that I'm going to be looking at Ole Miss specifically in this game there. Lane Kiffin year after year lets me down. So in a big game, I go against him in terms of like picking him to win because he keeps letting me down every year when they play Alabama or something like that, or Georgia typically. So I'm like, let's see if this year's the year. Can this year be different? You just lost Jackson Dart there, but they look good so far. They do, but we'll see in this one as well. So we're going to learn a lot about some of these teams that look good so far. But getting back to these picks here, I'll go first for this one. Rutgers versus Minnesota. Give me Minnesota at home here. Give me Minnesota in a nice, hard-fought matchup here against Rutgers here. They do just enough to win, I feel like, in this one. What do you think, Zoe?
Yeah, I'm going with the home team too, though. I think Minnesota coming off a bye week, if I ain't mistaken.
That helps the cause. That helps the cause. She says, you let SC beat you. Some more, that's the answer, JB. We'll see about that. What Zoe said. All right, UCF versus Kansas State. And Kansas State, they started off the year ranked. I think they had played that game. No, was it them or Kansas that played against Iowa State to start off the year, and they lost in that one. Since then, it seems like it's been going downhill for them. They've got the talent to win this game. They really do. And it's at home also. I'm going to go ahead and say that Kansas State finds a way to win this one. I'm going to choose talent to show up in this one. Risky pick, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Kansas State wins that one.
Yeah,
So
I'm going with the people on this. I'm going with UCF.
he said that's easy. He said JB's tripping. Appreciate that, Samuel. Yeah, USC versus Illinois will be good. I think it will be. I think it will be. Absolutely. I can see Cats versus Jayhawks here. Joe, we'll let you go first with this one.
I ain't gonna lie. I know Cincinnati lost a lot of people. I don't know too much about them this year for real. But I like Kansas at the crib. I can't keep on picking who everybody think gonna win though. I'm gonna go with the weight team on this one.
All right, you did because I might need this game to even things up. Some of my other picks go south, so I'm on Kansas on this one. Give me the Jayhawks at home. We'll see. It should be a hard fought game, but I got Kansas in that one. First with this one, Cardinals versus Panthers here. Pittsburgh is known for a couple upsets. They really are, but they typically get their upsets once we're talking November-ish. They'll start upsetting and stuff. So it's a little early in the season for that. Give me the Cardinals. I'm gonna trust the people with this one here. Cardinals 3-0. I'm gonna trust them. Zoe?
Yeah, I think the Cardinals, if I ain't mistaken, their quarterback came back from last year. So he's, you know what I'm saying? That's probably why they on that 3-0 start right now. He better. So I'm gonna go with the people on this one.
Okay, okay. I thought I clicked it. It's trying to prevent me from being great here.
You
All right,
gotta
there we
pick the
go.
Panthers.
All right. Oh, we got a good one here. LSU versus Ole Miss. Zoe, I gotta let you go first again on this one. Give you the option to choose first. Who you like here?
I think Ole Miss was the team I liked the last year who missed the playoffs. They were good last year, right? They lost by what, like
They
4?
were. They were good last year, and they had a big upset against Georgia last year. Them and South Carolina both last year were playing extremely well, but missed the playoffs because I think they had like 3 losses each.
Man, I got the home team on this one.
All right, that makes life easier for me. I'll go ahead and go with LSU here. There's something about Lane Kiffin in these big time matchups that it just doesn't always go his way. Although I feel like this one is one that he really could win, I'm gonna go ahead and go LSU in this one. Look, just because Zoe went with Ole Miss, I was prepared to go with the opposite.
Hey, you know what crazy about that game? That LSU game?
Say what?
That who was that? LSU and Ole Miss? I think
Uh-huh.
the Ole Miss coach daughter date the linebacker from
Yeah,
LSU.
yeah, yeah. I seen that. I seen that.
Yeah. So you already know she got some plays.
I'm like, do you mean to tell me that Lane Kiffin couldn't convince his daughter to get this man to recruit him down there to for his team from LSU?
Right.
Let's see, Mr. JB says Miami number 2, and so yeah, they are ranked number 2 in the nation. They are, and we will certainly dive into that when we go over the AP top 25 after these picks in terms of the rankings there. But speaking of rank, we've got Oregon, we've got Penn State. I'm gonna go first. All right, 52% of the population believes that the Oregon Ducks will beat Penn State, but Penn State's at home here. First test for both of these guys. I mean, if Penn State doesn't do it now, then when? I gotta say, I'm gonna go ahead and say that in this matchup here, the only concern I have is when it comes to coaching. James Franklin, can I trust you in this matchup? You're at home. You got all these guys coming back here that came back. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that Penn State wins this. I'm gonna trust them one last time here. If they let me down here, Zoe, they ain't gotta worry about me again. Who you got here?
Dante Moore versus Drew Aller. Dante Moore from Detroit. Drew Aller remind me of Derek Carr when he played in the NFL. I'm going with the Ducks, man. I'm going with the Ducks.
Gonna be a good one. We have a big one here. Bama versus Georgia. Can Bama redeem themselves here against Georgia? Let's get this game. Is this game going to be literally in Athens, or is it going to be a neutral game here? If anybody happens to know that one, let me know in the chat here. Because normally it's played on neutral ground, but I think this time it might actually be in Athens, if I'm not mistaken. But Zoe, who you like in this one?
Oh man, Alabama. They need to get right against Georgia on the road. I thought Georgia lost to LSU.
Nah, Georgia didn't play LSU yet. They played Tennessee, and they beat Tennessee in
Oh, okay,
overtime.
okay. Yeah, that was them.
Tennessee kicker missed that kick before regulation. Otherwise, they'd probably be at 15 as opposed to 5.
Georgia. Who is Georgia quarterback again?
They got that Stockton guy.
Okay. Ain't he hurt though? Ain't he out for surgery?
Is he? See if there's someone in
He
the
he
chat
can't
knows.
be hurt. Everybody talking about 85% of people going with Georgia. Man, I think Alabama needs this game for their mental health.
No,
I'm gonna be a fool. I'm gonna go with the people. Huh? I can't hear you.
what about now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I thought you were gonna be a fool this
Nah,
week.
I'm gonna go with the home team, man. I just don't trust. I don't trust Alabama like that against no good team.
I know that Alabama, when they lost to Florida State, it seemed like they had fell off a cliff. It seemed like they were done. But now we realize just how good Florida State actually may be. And we'll see for sure when they play Miami in terms of just how good Florida State is. But that being said, I feel like right now, I didn't like what I saw from Georgia's secondary against Tennessee. Tennessee should have won that game. If their kicker makes that kick, they would have won that game. Tennessee found a way to lose that game against Georgia. But that being said, they're at home. Can I trust this squad of Bama on the road? I just can't do it. If it's close, I'm gonna go with the home team here. I thought about it, but I just cannot make myself believe that Ty Simpson and company is gonna be able to pull this one off on the road. But it will be a close game. It will be a close game.
But let me say one thing to Mike though. Listen, Mike, I never said CJ Carr was good. I just said he's from Michigan. I seen him play. I never said he was a good quarterback. So it ain't no sympathy game for me. I picked the other team. Cause when I seen him play, he wasn't like, yeah, but shoot, and he's starring too. So I picked the other team. I just said I seen him play before.
Arizona State quarterback, what is his name? Because
Who?
I know coming into the season, Arizona State, people were thinking that they're going to be a college football playoff team again because of their quarterback. What is his name? Sam Levitt. Sam Levitt, quarterback for Arizona State. He's just a sophomore this year, so that's impressive that last year he can lead them to college football playoff as a freshman. But yeah, he's a sophomore this year. So we will see. Last year, he threw 24 touchdowns and 6 interceptions and just under 2,900 yards on the year. All right, Samuel. Hey, Samuel, who you got out of LSU and Ole? Oh, I know you got Ole Miss. I know you do like LSU, but I know you got Ole Miss. Those your boys. You know, you're always going to the games for Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and both of those teams are looking about as good as they can. You know that they've looked as of recently. So they both look good this year. Let's see. Mike says Alabama about to get wrecked, and you like it. Mike said he's all here for it. He's all
Straight
here
up.
for it. That's it. All right. All right. Let's get back to the pick there. All right. So, ooh, I'll go first. Though I know Colorado's your boys and stuff like that. So I'll
Hold
go ahead and
on.
go
Hold on.
first.
Don't do that. That when my man was there.
But
I don't
his
know
legacy is there.
who they quarterback now.
I don't even know the kid name.
Cause
I
the
don't
other
even know his
quarterback got
name.
benched, right?
Did they bench him?
Yeah, they
Because I
benched
ain't
one
watched them
quarterback.
since like week 2, I think.
Yeah, one quarterback
So,
got benched.
dang. Well, you going BYU irregard. All right, this
Yeah.
is one I ain't got to think about here. It's all the way going BYU. It's been a struggle for them to make it to 2-2. As you can see, just 8% of the population picked them, and they all located in Colorado. I can guarantee you that. So
Yeah, I'm picking BYU because I don't like nothing I've seen out of Colorado. I don't know who the quarterback is this week. One
I mean,
week is
I've
one
been looking.
one week is one quarterback. The one
Yeah,
from week 1 got benched.
because week 1 they lost to who? Georgia Tech, was it?
I'm not sure, but that quarterback, if you look, that same quarterback won the quarterback from last week.
Let's see, Mike says his reason for watching Colorado's on the Browns. And so speaking of
Exactly,
which,
Mike.
didn't
Exactly.
didn't Shiloh get practice like tryout with the 49ers? Like I think I seen that either today or yesterday with the
Yeah, he did.
49ers. We got a
Yeah, he
tryout.
tried out with him.
So hopefully they get signed to the practice squad. All right. So how many points will be scored in this Penn State versus Oregon matchup? How many points will be scored?
Can I go first?
Oh yeah, go first.
I got 27.
27 points.
Yeah.
You got me reconsidering my number right now. So
Oh no, you was high?
high up there. You
Oh,
got me reconsidering my number.
I just really think both of these quarterbacks gonna struggle somewhat.
I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a high scoring game here, 51. And although I do think both defenses are good, I think both offenses they'll be able to move the ball and they're gonna score it. There's gonna be some points scored in this one. Now I could be dead wrong, but I think there'll be some points scored in this one. All right, so I picked there. So we'll look at the EP top 25 real quick. All right, let me do this one and let me make the screen bigger. All right, so here is the EP top 25 right now showing the so yeah, the top 7 right here. And as you can see, Ohio State stays at number 1. Now Miami, they leapfrog both LSU and Penn State to number 2. So we'll start with that, Zoe. You look and you see the Miami Hurricanes at number 2, Penn State at 3, LSU 4. How are you feeling about the order of the top 4 right now? Do they have it right?
Well, yeah, I like the way they moved Miami to number 2. Well, I feel like LSU should be number 2 for real. And Penn State probably should be number 4. But it's straight though. Like this week, it gonna get it. I think this week the ranking gonna get better. Cause Penn State play a real team and LSU play another good team.
Absolutely. Really would swap Penn State with LSU. Strength of schedule has to matter to some degree, but I know we're still early, like you said. But yeah, I would have swapped LSU and Penn State for sure right now because at least LSU's out there trying to play people. Penn State's just I don't know who the toughest team they played so far this year is right now, honestly.
Me neither.
But whatever it is, we'll go through that. And then at 5, with Georgia being 5, Oregon being 6. Yeah, because Georgia did beat Tennessee, despite the fact Tennessee should have beaten them, but Tennessee missed the field goal. This is not a game of should haves. They got the W. So putting them at 5, I like that. Oklahoma being at number 7. You saw that Oklahoma team, though. Are they really the 7th best team in the country?
Who below?
Say what?
Who below Oklahoma? Like who at 8 and 9?
Yeah.
Something like that. Florida State, Texas A&M. I think Florida played better competition so far. Florida State compared to them. But I'm not really tripping off of it though.
Considering Florida State started off the year unranked, we'll let them continue to earn it because very soon, I think next week is when they play. Not this upcoming week, but the next week is when the Florida State Seminoles play the Miami Hurricanes, and that's going to be a big time matchup that week. I'm at number 9. Okay, now Texas at number 10. Do we like them at number 10? Personally, I think if Texas played Texas Tech, they would lose to Texas Tech. In my humble opinion. I think they would also lose to Ole Miss right now. I guess I see Texas as more of like a 13 type of team, like at 13, and then just bump everybody else up 1. But Indiana, they did a good job jumping up 8 spots there after beating the Fighting Illini. Texas Tech moved up 5 spots. Now 15 through 21. So you've got Tennessee at 15 now. Georgia Tech is at 16.
Lefty.
Bama's at 17. Vanderbilt beat South Carolina, but how bad was that score? I don't remember the final score of how bad they beat South Carolina last week.
I don't know. Let
And
me see.
Lefty, what's good? What's good?
You said who?
Mike says Carson Beck is with the Miami Hurricanes, so not LSU. Yeah, he's with the Miami Hurricanes, and like he's been like I think statistically he might be the highest rated quarterback. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's the highest rated quarterback right now of these quarterbacks. He's just been balling out so far.
He should. He been in college long enough. Shit.
I guess that girl finally left him, so now he can concentrate.
That man, like, damn. This got to be his last year.
Oh, for sure. Do 4-0, see 4-0, 21. And then Notre Dame moved up 2 spots. Despite being 1 and 2, they moved up 2 spots. Dang, Fighting Illini dropped 14. ECU, BYU. Okay. A lot of good teams, honestly.
Yeah.
Didn't Auburn lose? Yeah, Auburn lost to Oklahoma. That's right. I streamed that game, so they lost to Oklahoma. Mississippi State got a couple votes also. But yeah, that's the AP top 25. All right, so now let's move over to the NFL right now.
The big boys.
Let's see how we did this week.
I got my head split.
Ooh, look at that. So me and old man tied up. That means I made a couple mistakes this past week. And then Zoe just 3 games behind. I mean, it feels good, Zoe, to see that your picks are actually saving, like that. I'm just happy that your picks are saving this year because last year that was an issue.
You ain't lying.
Let's see how you did last week.
I did horrible.
You're 9-7. I mean, if you were an NFL team at 9-7, you can at least think about the playoffs,
Right.
Depending on the year. Let's see, you chose Buffalo. 98% chose Buffalo. Let's see. Who would have got that right? 98% of the population was dead wrong about the Pack. But what was weird about that game was that Green Bay was up 10-0 with like 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I still don't know how that was possible. The Browns of all teams were able to come back and win that one. But that's football. That's why we love it. That's why we love it. Mike says, Coach would have wrecked you. And so bet. Minnesota. Of course, you got that one right. You took my team. I'm just happy that you had faith in my team. Now, I know earlier you wanted to mention something about them Patriots, so now it's time to mention it.
I just want to ask you for real, though, man, like, what's going on with the Patriots, though, man, for real, though? Like I don't really see – I'll be watching Drake May. I don't really see him really do too much. Like, I'm not seeing no wow. I'm not seeing nothing. The offense look dead. Like, y'all only gave up 21 points, and y'all only have 14 raggedy points on offense against a struggling Pittsburgh Steelers defense. That's crazy to me. And y'all was at home.
I got you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at the stats here. This last game, we're gonna break it down because the stats don't. Just make this a little bigger.
I know A-Rod through, yeah.
So JB's breakdown here. So let's look at Drake May here. All right. So in year 2 as a starter, 28 of 37, 268 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 5 times. Well, what was the real problem? The real problem was, let me see if they have it here. Maybe they have it. Okay, fumbles. That was the big problem. Ramondre Stevenson lost by himself 2 key fumbles for us in that game. Not to mention, Gibson had a fumble also. May had a fumble also. So it wasn't only May. But then at the end of the game, when we're trying to make a comeback, Demario Douglas on 4th and about 4 catches the ball and retreats rather than going forward and picking up the first down. All these little mistakes add up to where Pittsburgh ended up beating us. There was also a terrible pass interference call that gifted the Steelers with a first down. But we ain't finna get into that. Because if Ramondre Stevenson holds on to the football, none of this other stuff matters. So how do we get better? He has to stop fumbling the ball. Not once, but twice. He
I
fumbled the ball.
like what Mike said. I know what's going on, man. Stephon didn't get y'all some of that pink potion he had. Cause what the fuck?
Yeah. Diggs only had 3 catches for 23 yards, man. He ain't even the focus. Hunter Henry was out there doing work with 2 touchdowns, 8 catches for 90 yards. So, but that's really what it's been. That's been the theme here, is that turnovers. You cannot turn the ball over as much as Ramondre Stevenson keeps fumbling that football. That's why Bill Belichick used to bench him all the time.
Man, I'm
But
like, damn.
that's what happened. So,
We're
all
gonna
right.
be
So, but yeah, tough loss there. Tough loss. I was furious when that happened. All right, just like I'm sure there's some Rams fan out there was pretty upset to see the Rams lose how they lost. Blocked the kick, and then
oh,
off the
I picked the
injury,
Eagles.
you picked the Eagles. You didn't know you picked the Eagles?
No, my other one I didn't.
Well, they're looking
Damn.
out for you. Someone said, you know what? Let's correct his error here. Tampa Bay, Jets really thought they were going to win that one. That's the only thing that made my day was seeing them celebrate for winning, and then they still lost. So,
Yeah.
ooh, Raiders. I completely understand that one. I thought Marcus Mariota with the Commanders means that they were going to lose, but
Man,
the Raiders won.
the Raiders ain't shit. So
Your boy let
disappointed.
you down again.
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you this. That theory about Ohio State quarterbacks, bro, that shit look like 90% is true. Because I don't know what CJ Stroud is out there doing. Y'all can blame the offensive line. I don't care at this point, man. He is looking bad out there. They can't beat Jacksonville.
They may not beat Tennessee. Dude, they may
I
not
don't
beat
think
Tennessee.
so. They can't beat nobody. They can't score no damn point.
It's out there. They finally brought the punter out for the first time this season.
I knew they were gonna beat them.
20, and then the Falcons.
That was crazy.
Whole city down. Chargers won. Now that was a good one, and that one was close, but the Chargers came out victorious. Seahawks, that was easy. You chose the Cowboys though?
I'm through with the Cowboys, bro.
You chose. I'm trying to think. Did I choose the Cowboys? I don't even remember if I chose the Cowboys or not. Honestly,
I'm through with the Cowboys. Cowboys ain't shit. You can't beat Caleb Williams, man.
You weren't even close. Couldn't compete with them.
No, they couldn't score no points.
49ers there won that one. I think I chose the Cardinals. The company will be able to win, but with Jones in there. It's wrong.
You don't smoke these, man.
The Ravens. I chose the Ravens also, man.
Yeah, the Lion kicked the Ravens' ass, man. I like I said earlier, I'm gonna be real, man. If the Ravens don't make the Super Bowl, Harbaugh needs to be fired, man. He been there for 18 years.
Still can't figure this out, man. Oh, you were close though. You said
Damn.
65 points. It was 68. You was real close.
Damn.
Another field goal. You'd been right, man. Oh man. Mike says Colts are like, dang, Zoe, save a smoke for us. And TA was good.
Who is he?
Who? Mike?
TA.
Oh, I don't know. If I remember you saying that, Zoe.
For real, man. It's over. Harbaugh need to get his ass up out of there, man.
I mean, you got to change something up at this point.
Man, you should have lied. He said he a Cowboys fan. I would have lied. Shit. Man, the Cowboys ain't shit.
My pick being last because I'm usually at the top, but man don't tie me. All right. I also chose Buffalo. Was wrong about the Packers because ain't no way I was going to risk it on Cleveland.
You went 9-7 too?
This week, I did go 9-7.
Oh.
I knew I had a lot of losses. See, this is what messed me up. I slick thought, I was like, you know what? They ain't got JJ McCarthy this week. You know, and then I thought that Jake Browning guy was going to do better because I was like, at least I've seen him score with this offense. But man, I was so mad at myself after the game. I ain't gonna lie, I was so mad at myself. I said, never again, never again. Then I had this happen.
I feel you, TA.
I did pick the Eagles now. Okay, so
Oh,
I
you took
did choose the Commanders. I
okay.
surprised myself there. Okay, I guess I thought about it. I was like, well, why not? Oh, I chose Jacksonville. I'm shocking myself right now. I was like, I think I did have a feeling that Jacksonville was going to win just because Houston's offense looked that bad this
Yeah,
year,
man,
and their
it's
divisional
real.
opponent chose the code. Yeah, Buffalo is mad. Whole city down, man. The whole
Everybody,
city down.
everybody lost that game.
Chargers, Seahawks. I chose the Cowboys too. Here I am asking you like you chose I chose the Cowboys too.
I ain't never
Oh
picking them
man.
again. My cousins are talking about Cowboy gonna beat the Packers. Skull Mafia, what's the deal? The Packers about to kick their ass. Oh, you took the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I took the Cardinals.
We can't hear you.
54 points. That's all I have. 54 points.
Man,
But yeah, I
almost.
made some mistakes this week. We're gonna see how old man. I have a feeling that old man did better than 9-7 for him to tie
I
me. He
don't
would
think
have had
so.
to.
He went 9-7 too.
He went 10-6.
Oh
So that's
damn.
how he tied me up. Let's see, helping his brother Chargers. And so well, he doesn't help himself. Before he worried about his brother. His brother doing good. Help himself.
You ain't lying.
So I respect that. Saints have a crap game, but they're gonna lose by 50. Every hit out the park. Purple game.
Oh
There you go.
Mafia.
Yeah, I was so ashamed. And I knew I was going to face everybody too, choosing the Bengals and getting it wrong. It's like, dang. Like, what was
I
I
don't know.
thinking?
I don't know what made you take the damn Bengals.
Old pick Buffalo. There was a time, remember last year where Old would always go against Buffalo just because he doesn't like the Bills? Well, he
Yeah,
clearly changed that this year.
he coming along.
It was the Packers, Vikings. He chose the Steelers.
Damn.
That's what made the difference. He went against his own team.
I see.
Golly. Eagles, Buccaneers, Commanders, chose Houston, Indianapolis, Falcons.
Everybody lost that Falcons
chose
and Green Bay game.
mhm. He chose the Cowboys also. He
Oh,
also I knew he was going to choose the Cardinals too. I knew he was going to do the same mistake I did.
I don't trust Kyler Murray, man. Gets no team, no
Chiefs.
real team.
He chose the Ravens also. Nobody wanted to believe Detroit on the road down there in Baltimore would get that win, but yet they did. They were like what 3 for 3 on fourth down, going for it.
Yeah, they embarrassed the
Yeah,
Ravens.
45 points. So okay, all right. Now it's time to go ahead and make some picks for this week. All right, so Thursday night, Seattle versus Arizona. I'll go first with this one, Zoe. So Seattle defensively has actually been pretty good from what I've noticed so far this season, even before the Saints matchup. Cardinals, like you said, I don't know what's going on with Marvin Harrison Jr. right now. I don't know what Kyler Murray's thinking. He says it's not his job to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. I guess it's not his job to win either. Give me the Seahawks in this one to win.
Yeah, man.
Who you
I
got,
got
Zoe?
I got the Seahawks in a close game. The Seahawks low key, they've been balling for real, man. And to me, Arizona, they just can't put it together to beat a good team. So I think it's gonna be close because of the division game, a
Yeah.
Thursday night, Seattle on the road. But I think Seattle sneak out of here. They probably win about 4 points.
Okay. All right.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go first because we know who you've got in this one, and we'll let you just talk about what to expect here. But man, Aaron Rodgers versus the team that he wishes would have picked him up, because Rodgers sure as hell held out as long as he could to try to join the Minnesota Vikings. But everything he had, he wanted to be a Viking, but that didn't happen. So I'm gonna go Minnesota here. JB's not gonna play the fool twice. So Zoe, tell us what to expect in this one and a final score projection.
This game right here is getting played overseas. This game coming on 9:30 in the morning Eastern time, man. In Ireland. Yeah.
You
I
gonna live
like the
stream that one?
I'm gonna try my best to, man. I gotta see how it go. I want to live stream that game though, because I want to see Roger pick off Rogers, man. Isaiah Rogers is going to get an interception, man. But in this game, though, I like the Vikings because the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is very vulnerable because they like to play a lot of what I think cover one. They got one safety up
Yeah.
top, and we got Jordan Addison coming back. Y'all know we still got Jetta, TJ Hawkinson looking better. I think our offense is going to be too much with the run game with Jordan Mason. Even though we missing an offensive lineman, I feel like the Viking team is younger, and the Vikings, I must say this, is 8-0 overseas. I just think they do enough to beat. Like the Steelers offense is raggedy. They can't run the ball. The passing game ain't there. And they defense, they do create turnovers, but if you smart with the football, it won't be a close game. I got the Vikings, man, running the ball down they throw. TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, everybody go for at least 45 yards or better. And the Vikings win the game like 27-13.
Mike says you want to switch. All right. Ooh, man.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure Jaden Daniels is gonna be back for this one, right?
I ain't hear
I
nothing.
think he's gonna be back. I think he's gonna, and even if he's not back, if they can do like they did against the Raiders here, give me the Commanders here. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta right now. Like I really don't know what's going on in Atlanta. 1 second they're high, they beat you guys, and the next second they come back and they down to earth. I mean, real down to earth, below earth at this point. So
That
Michael
was
Penix Jr. need to get it together because like I get it, he's young, but at the same time, you got to provide some kind of spark. I don't know if his do rag was too tight. You know what? I heard a theory though. I don't know if this is true or not. Jay, we don't want to add to the rumor mill, but I heard that them boys for the Falcons were out there at Magic City the night before, out late. That's what I heard, and all like that. And that's why they played the way they played the next day. That they stayed out too late partying the night before. Now, give
I
and
could
take with that what you will.
I could believe that, and I think they're gonna party again. I got the Commanders. Shit, and Jada Daniels coming back. Mike just said.
Mhm. Wait, let's say give him them Vikings. Gary hurt. He
It
is
don't
hurt,
matter.
but
It don't even
in
matter.
this
Shit.
game, it not matter. All right, now I'm gonna let you go first with this one here, Zoe.
1% of the people are going with New Orleans, and I bet you that got to be the head coach wife. Because I don't see nothing in the world how Buffalo lose to New Orleans Saints. I got Buffalo.
I know Samuel got the Saints. Mike
Damn.
said he's got the Saints all day.
What? Y'all are tripping.
He's just doing. He's a Bills fan. He's just tripping here. He's just.
Oh.
I'm gonna say Buffalo clearly wins this game. Clearly wins this game. All I'm hoping for, and all I ask, and I'm pleading of the Saints is that they keep this game close enough so Josh Allen has a reason to play in the fourth quarter for my fantasy football team and my money league. That's the only request I have for the Saints. It's just to not get blown out like they did against the Seahawks, where they just got bent over in that one. There's no other way to put it. And they just completely just and try in that matchup. So put in whoever you got to put in. Tyler Shaw, his cousin, whoever. Just keep it respectable in this one is all I ask. So we both got Buffalo here. All right. So Zoe, we're gonna let you go first with this one.
You know Cleveland upset the Green Bay. That was a nasty win, but I just feel like the Lions got too much offense, and their defense is going to give old Flacco problems. He might throw a pick 6 or 2, and the Lions gang they're gonna get the running wild probably towards the third quarter. I got the Lions winning this game.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, hey, the Lions just got their fair share of Derrick Henry. Now that first run he had me a little concerned. I was looking at my fantasy team. I was like, don't let today be another day where he goes out there and get 40 fantasy points or something like that. But they slowed him down there, so Judkins will be no match for them. And Green Bay, they're a team. Once they get up they like to front run on you once they show that they can get a lead, unlike what Green Bay did, where they just sat there complacent, hoping to run out the clock. So give me Detroit, especially at home too. Yeah, it won't be no back-to-back weeks of craziness going on. Unless they put your boy Shador in the game somehow early on, then who knows? Maybe. Mike says Lions.
Oh shit,
I'm gonna let you go first on this one here, though, because you know I got to go last with the Patriots.
man. If Bryce Young and Carolina back, he did look good towards the end of last year. He be up and down like a roller coaster though. But I don't think Drake may lose to Carolina. I don't give a fuck how many turnovers they have. If he lose to the Carolina Panthers at home, New England got big problems. I got New England at home.
I'm going with the Patriots here. I feel like this is a chance, an opportunity, if you look at our schedule here, to where we can finally start to focus on get this win here, and then maybe even back-to-back wins. We're at that point of the schedule now where it's like, okay, these are where we're supposed to get a couple of our wins. If not now, then it ain't going to happen. So this is one of those games where it must happen there. And I believe that this time out there, we'll protect the football a little bit better there. Give us the W here. We're not about to go out here like Michael Penix Jr. That's for sure. I expect better than that from my team. So give me the Patriots here. It's a close one, though. It'll be a close one. Carolina likes to fight us for whatever reason. So it'll be close. Lions in the batter. Mike says Panthers huge.
Damn.
Panthers win 3-0. Shot at the Falcons. All right, Samuel picks New England. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, next up, the Giants and the Chargers here. And so Jackson Dart getting his first start here. So that's nice for him, but it's not going to mean that they're going to win. Chargers right now, a strong 3-0. I believe they're going to be 4-0 at the end of the day, but I am curious to see how Jackson Dart's going to look against a team like the Chargers, because they're a pretty good team. They're the real deal this year. So
Yeah, I just don't like the rookie going against offense and a defense like that because he's gonna have to score points. But I do like the Giants defense, but I just feel like Justin Herbert and that offense is an offense they ain't really seen yet. So I gotta go with the Chargers on the road.
as the RC says, Giants done quickly, Chargers victorious.
Yeah.
Eagles versus the Buccaneers. So Zoe, I'll let you go first on this.
Man, no Mike Evans, no Chris Goodwin, how you pronounce his last name. I do like they run game though. I like Baker. They at the crib. The Eagles came alive last week, but it's hard to bet against the Bucks at the crib though. But I don't know too much about their receivers like that. I gotta go with the Eagles on the road, man.
For me, this one's clear cut. Not that hard to think about there. Without Mike Evans there, without Chris Godwin. I mean, don't get me wrong, the rookie receiver's looking good, but you're gonna need more than that against this team here of the Eagles here. And then obviously on the other side of the ball, Saquon, them, they finally got AJ Brown going a little bit to get his confidence there. Eagles will find a way to win this one on the road. So final score might be something like 29 to like 17 or something like that, or 29 to 20. I'll go first with this one. Your boys versus Cam Ward. Houston has had itself quite the nightmarish start to the season. All of this really started ever since that time where CJ Stroud called himself giving advice to Caleb Williams. Now it seems like it needs to go the other way, where Caleb needs to give him advice. But there comes a point in time on the schedule where even bad teams are like, okay, this is where we right the ship. And so at home against a division rival in Tennessee, in which Michael Pittman, after the game against Tennessee, said he felt like Tennessee players weren't even trying. They didn't even want to be out there. And so that's concerning when people, because I heard Cam Ward early on say that the offense looked really, really bad in practice and stuff. And so this is where there's smoke, there's fire, essentially. So give me the Houston Texans in this one right here. I know Tennessee has fought hard sometimes this year, but it's not going to be enough to win against the Texans. Zoe?
Yeah, man. I think Stroud this week, if it ain't this week, win. This Cam Ward. I think he gonna do enough. It's gonna be a close game. I got the home team.
This game right here. The Colts versus the Rams. Now, if y'all been paying attention to JB's pick, JB has been going against the Colts the first 2 weeks. Last week chose them because it was Tennessee, but they're on the road at a very good Rams team that feels like they should have beaten the Eagles, but they didn't. The special teams wasn't special. Now, a matchup like this, the Rams defense, they're probably gonna be the best defense that Indianapolis is gonna face all year so far to date. So far to date. At home, Indianapolis got to lose at some point. And I think the Rams are a good team to beat them. It's at the Rams. It'd be different if it was in Indianapolis. But give me the Rams here in a close matchup. They probably win final score being Rams 28, Colts 24, something like that. What do you think, Zoe?
Yeah, I gotta go with the home team. I don't think David James can beat a quarterback like Matthew Stafford. I just don't see because he's gonna have to throw the ball to beat the Rams for real. And he been playing good though. This ain't no knock on David James. I just think on the road, like you said, if it was at Indy, it might be different though. But even though LA ain't that much home field advantage though, but I gotta go with the home team.
Now, Mike asked the question here. He said, what happened to Stroud? You want to tackle that one, Zoe? This was a little hard for JB to talk about CJ Stroud like that.
I know what happened to Stroud. Shit, he went to Ohio State. Shit, that's all I gotta say. Shit, that what happened to him. Shit, the real CJ Stroud is starting the show. Shit.
We all about breaking stereotypes here. But no, I mean, if you think about it, last year a big part of Houston Texans' success early on was Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon came out on fire last year. Not quite Saquon-ish, but next level. He came out as that B plus type of acquisition where early on he was a force by himself. And as a quarterback, life is easier when you can, fake it to the back, go deep to Nico Collins there for a touchdown. Life is easy. Then his boy Tank Dell, is he still hurt? I think he's still hurt. Not
Yeah.
even out there this year. And so offensive lineman, they traded away Larry Tunsil there to the Commanders for whatever they got back in exchange. So they ruined the man offensive line too. So now you got no running back. You got old man Nick Chubb. I'm calling him old man Nick Chubb at this point in the backfield with whatever he's got left on the treadmill. So the defense, they don't care about the run game. They're gonna double team Nico every chance they get. So now life's a lot harder for him. You got to fight to get a dollar out there. And so what's happening to Stroud is just an example of the organizations just unable to have what they had when he first took over, where everything was around him in a perfect place early on. But now, as you get older, they expect you to be able to do more with less. And he's not quite at that point yet. He's not quite at that point yet. I hope he gets there, but he's not there. Let's see. It says he picks Tennessee. She said, I want my other team to coach to win, but you're scaling this fence. JB and Zoe, you want to pick the Colts, but you can't. Rams, please.
Yeah.
I feel you. I know Mr. JB's going to be jumping up and down saying, how many times am I going to pick against his team? But I really think the Rams are going to win that one. She said, CJ Stroud picked with the Texans. Texans are fried. You can't believe they're 0-3. Hey, believe it. I mean, yeah, believe it. 0-3. Hard to say. All right, but the Jaguars and the 49ers. And so for this one here, 49ers, I got to pick them to win this one. Although if the Jaguars can upset them, I would not be surprised if an upset happens, but I'm going to go with the 49ers here. So
I ain't like nothing I seen out the 49ers for real, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Jacksonville as of lately. And Mac Jones, he been okay, but he kind of got hurt last week. So I don't know how healthy he gonna be. And I think this is a game the Jacksonville Jaguars need to like. Trevor Lawrence need to game like, yeah, I'm him. I ain't no but. I'm gonna beat the 49ers. Because he beat another good team too this year, I think. Who he beat?
talking about Mac Jones?
No, who the Jag? Didn't Jag beat a decent team this year?
Trevor Lawrence, they beat Carolina in the opener. Last week they beat Houston, so that's their 2 wins. I forget who they lost to, but their 2 wins, that's their 2 wins.
Oh, well, I still got Jag shit on the road. That's the upset of the week, people.
Well, see, I'm going to say no to the Justin Fields 2.0.
No, not yet. Not yet.
2 mids, Mac Jones. 2 mids, Mac Jones. Ooh, the Ravens versus the Chiefs here. Ooh. So in this one here, I'll go ahead and go first. I'm gonna say right off the bat, Ravens are the better team, but it's so hard to pick the Ravens when every time they're in a big time matchup, they find a way to lose. You know, you got Derrick Henry fumbling the ball every game this year. I mean, he typically doesn't fumble 3 times in a season. Better yet, 3 times already, and it's just the fourth game coming up. So I don't know what they got going on. They got too much talent to be doing what they're doing. And defensively, I thought they invested all that money on the defense, though. I thought they supposed to go out there and restore the Baltimore defense, but I ain't seeing it. I ain't seeing it.
Me
As for
neither.
Kansas City, we know Kansas City, like they don't have Xavier Worthy, they don't have Rice just yet. So for that reason, and Isaiah Pacheco is a shell of himself at this point, man. The man's just collecting a check at this point. You can put JB back there, throwing the Achilles and everything, and you'll get the same production out of me and stuff. So I'm going to say Baltimore for that reason. But man, if Baltimore mess around and lose this game right here, they've got big problems, and I mean big problems. What you say, Zoe?
After that performance last week, and Kansas City ain't that good, but damn, the Raven defense is very bad. I gotta go with Kansas City, man. I think they go. I think the Chiefs. I think the Ravens offense gonna make a mistake, man. I just don't trust their defense is hot poor piss, man. I can't trust their defense. I ain't gonna lie. And they on the road. But the Baltimore Ravens, they a good regular season team, though.
Tell them that.
Huh?
Please tell them that because they don't know that. Because every time I look, they're in the prime time. What time is this game? Okay, this game's at 3:25. So maybe it won't mess them up since it's not in the prime time slot.
Okay.
Maybe. I
I'm
don't know.
I'm a Boston. Lamar Jackson. Well, Derrick Henry got to redeem himself. I'm gonna go with Baltimore, man. What up, though? Purple Bar. What up,
Tough.
New Mexico?
Yeah, what's good? All right, you said Ravens with their hella shelter selves. And so, yeah, I mean, it's tough to pick them. I know they're the better team. I want to see them win this, but it's so hard to just give them the benefit of the doubt. But they have to win this because if they fall to 1-3, look out. They might fall behind the Bengals even without Joe Burrow if they keep this up. So they got to win this one, though. Like, they have
Yeah,
to.
you and I. Yeah, for their confidence.
My confidence in them. Shoot, forget their confidence for my confidence in them. If they fall to 1-3, I mean, if the Chiefs fall to 1-3 and then they lose, they win the next 2 games, ain't nobody gonna be sweating it because they'll get their
Nah,
receivers back. We know what they're capable of doing. But if the Ravens fall to 1-3,
if the,
Lamar already frustrated. I
if
seen
the
his body language every time. He was frustrated.
if the Ravens lose to Kansas City, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. It's a known fact this year. They can't beat no top teams in the NFL. They lost to Buffalo, AFC. They lost to the Lions, NFC. And you lost to another good team in Kansas City in the AFCs. They lose. They can't afford to lose for their mental health.
You right about that. You right about that. Or somebody not getting back on that team bus is all I'm saying. If they go out there and that happens again. Because what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? My man Derrick Henry in the opener ran for 175 yards out there, and it wasn't enough. Does he got to run for 275 to get a W out there in the regular season? Like, I don't know what to say. All right, we'll move on here. The Bears versus the Raiders. Ooh, in Las Vegas. So I'm gonna let you go first with this one. You know the Bears very well. What do
The,
you think?
the Bears looked good last week against the Cowboys, but at this point, I think Alabama looked good versus the Cowboys defense. And the Raiders, the Raiders laid the egg on the road. That's a West Coast team traveling to the East Coast. I should have thought about that though, but in this case, an East Coast team and traveling to the West Coast, the Raiders at the crib. I like Geno Smith. I like their offense. I think their defense is going to give Caleb Williams and Ben Jones, some trouble. I gotta go with the home team on this one.
I'm gonna go with the Bears here. I'm just getting this feeling that I'm getting for the Raiders from every single year with these guys here, where it just seems like Geno's gonna be playing this year just padding stats when things are just out of control. I don't like the fact that how they got beat by the Commanders when the Commanders didn't have their leader out there and they just went out there and just really got whooped like that. That does not sit well with me. Basically, their only win was against
D
my
Money.
team, and so that yeah that doesn't sit well with me. I got to go with the Bears to win this one here. Packers and Cowboys. I mean, since the Raiders stink, and
Yeah,
Geno stink.
but y'all know how the NFL be. Did we think Cleveland was gonna beat Green Bay for real?
Now we didn't think that. Now can't nobody say with good conscience that they thought that at
Or
all.
or look at Carolina and Atlanta. Like that's just the nature of the NFL. Like the Raiders have been playing bad, but they might sneak a pick six out. It might be the difference in the game. What up, D Money?
Mm. You're right now. Especially, see, that's why I didn't go end up drafting Bowers there that as early as in the fantasy because you would have had to take Bowers probably like in what round 2, depending on your league, maybe round 3. A little high for a tight end there with a new quarterback like Geno.
No, I'm straight. The quarterback of Geno, I want to draft him in the first round, regardless.
Packers versus the Cowboys here. I got the Packers rebounding here against the Cowboys. What you got, Zoe?
Yeah, I got the Green Bay Packer. Michael Parsons gonna strip sack Dak Prescott about twice. this a get get back, a good feeling game for the Packers. Jordan Love about to look magnificent.
Oh, this one on. What's this? A primetime matchup game? So the Jets versus the Dolphins.
That Monday night.
Two bad teams. Yes. Ooh, Zoe, I'll let you go first.
The Jets at the Dolphins. Dolphins showed me absolutely nothing. And the Jets should have won that game. Who they played last week?
Buccaneers.
At the Buccaneers, right?
Yeah, I think that's Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they and Buccaneers is a good team, by the way. I don't like to me the Dolphins looking to the offseason, man. The Dolphin season over with. We just don't know which week Mike McDaniel's going to get fired. It might be after this game.
True.
I don't care who the quarterback is.
Yes, then. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take the Dolphins here. I'm gonna take Dolphins. Dolphins at home, and man, their backs against the wall here. Like everything has been going terrible. They're gonna bust out some new uniforms for this one here. Look, basically, JB already biased against the Jets. Y'all know JB don't like the Jets, so I look for any reason not to pick the Jets first and foremost. Both of these teams are bad. That's the reality of it. But I trust the Dolphins a little bit more than I trust the Jets. You know, Jets you never know what you're gonna get from the Jets here. They were out there celebrating the game that they lost. Their coach going crazy, making memes in the game in which they lost. That's Jets football right there. That's just the Jets.
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie. That was a mean walk though.
Save it for a victory though. That's all I'm saying. Save it for a victory. Oh, this is a complete crapshoot. Yeah, I mean, how did you get a prime time window anyways? Like that's what I want to know. Might as well close your eyes and throw a dart. You got throw in Jackson dart in there. You got Jets and stuff. But let's see. Bengals versus Broncos. So I'm gonna let you go first.
I got Bronco defense and my boy Bo Nix. Woo-hoo. That's it.
Oh yeah, give me Bo. Cincinnati embarrassed me enough last week. Give me the Broncos here. All right, and then how many points will be scored between the Broncos and the Bengals? How many points you got, Zoe?
What 30 plus 17?
47.
40, I got 47.
All right, I think Broncos end up scoring like
Bengals
I'm gonna go 43.
Yeah, I think this
like
shit gonna
30,
get out of hand.
13. Yeah, 30 to 13, something like that. Well, we know, RC. We know. They'll quit. They could have gave me a heads up they were going to quit. Now that's all they could have gave me.
No boy quit in the first quarter, didn't they?
Oh yeah. Those were some nasty turnovers. I mean, I even saw Jamar Chase out there just drop the ball. And when these guys lost the ball, they didn't even try to go for it. They just like, oh, I dropped the ball. Like, oh well,
Fuck it.
I ain't about to get hurt. So I got a nice contract waiting on me at home. That's what they were looking like. So y'all took their soul. See. All right, so let's see. We're at 8:30 here. So yeah, so you guys go ahead and drop any comments that you have right now in the chat for us. that you want to discuss, and let's go ahead and answer some of these questions here for the next like 30 minutes.
Yeah, man. But I think this should be a good week though. Like last week was crazy. Last week was crazy in the NFL, man.
Is
But it's,
defense and special teams.
but it's a lot of good games this week though, for real. I do
Oh
want to
yeah,
see who's gonna get upset.
we just
Cause
NFL, but college football too.
yeah, college been real good, especially this week. It's some good games coming on.
Mhm. Let's see. Ripple says the only chance the Cowboys have is if they can boat race them, but you have a better chance at landing a date with Selena Gomez.
Yeah,
Oh man,
the Cowboys bad right now, man.
basically punted on this season. Like they punted on this season, but they got a lot of young guys that they can work in there, just see what they can do. But they've got some problems now. They got some problems, part of like you said, they paid players that they wish that they hadn't paid. You know,
Man,
CD got so much money in his hands, he can't catch the football no more. Like it's
C-
just ridiculous.
CD want a little mini vacation. He like, man, I'm off for 3 to 6 weeks, man. Shit. What
Will our mighty Vikings stay undefeated?
you know they is. They undefeated overseas. It's gonna keep going. We're gonna beat the Steelers this week, man.
Oh, yeah.
We gonna get that W.
Is this the first of back-to-back international games for the Vikings?
I think for the NFL.
Says we have a really good chance and two beatable teams.
Yeah, we do.
He said CD never should have been running the ball. Zoe and JB, period. I mean, you pay the man that much, he better do some of everything.
I just about you a damn lie. Why he can't run the ball? Shit, just like him catching a quick slant and getting tackled. Shit, if I'm paying you all that money, shit, you might be at the quarterback spot every now and then, or a wildcat. Shit, you a damn y'all. Shit, RC. Who said that? Samuel? No, that was RC.
No, that
Shit,
was
RC.
that was RC.
RC, you a damn lie. You doing whatever I need you to do on that offense.
For that kind of money, shoot.
Hell yeah, shit.
Samuel says,
Out.
and so JB's next one should be Saturday, Samuel. I haven't decided which game though, because I love the window that they have for like later in the day, but that's probably a little too late because I got to spend time with my girl. So therefore, I might be choosing one earlier than that. But I'm gonna see about the U and Ole Miss game. Maybe I can do that one. How much was that Vikings dominance real, or was it JJ leaving and Wentz coming in, or the Vikings defense? I'm gonna let you go ahead tackle that one there, Zoe.
No, our defense for sure, for real. Like we had the Falcons on the rope, but our offense just wasn't clicking. Like the Vikings got a good defense. They had a good defense last year, so the Vikings for sure have they defense for sure, for real. You gonna see it again Sunday, bright and early.
See, it's 10:30 your time, so you'll miss the second half, but you're not
Yeah,
scared. And so
yeah.
I feel you there, man.
I gotta be at
That's the
church at
one.
11.
That's the one thing about them early games. It's like that's why we typically have the games later on in the day. Because being though Lamb is more of a traditional wide receiver, so there's that. Oh, he
I
should get traditional wide receiver money, but he
you
getting paid a lot.
you ain't lying. He like top 3 on pay. That don't go right, RC. Shit, nah.
So
He
they're
need he,
gonna use him.
he need to return about 20 mil. Then if he just a traditional wide receiver, shit, real.
What's been the biggest surprise so far this NFL season, though? If you could think of one thing that's been the biggest surprise for you.
Daniel Jones. He been like Daniel Jones is really showing people the Giants got bigger issues than what people really think. Brian Day was not a good coach because he last 3 weeks. Daniel Jones been looking real good. He ain't never looked that good in New York.
To think he had Saquon, he had Daniel Jones. If he was him, he could have made it work with those guys.
You ain't lying. So that show you Brian Dable. He ain't who Giants fan probably think he is.
The RC says fact or fiction. Bears can beat cupcakes, or they are turning a real corner. And so, what do you say about that, Zoe?
I would say for right now, they being cupcakes. Like the Cowboy defense is not good. The Cowboys lost their top wide receiver. They lost their whole offense when CD went out. And the Cowboys not good at all. And the Cowboys was on the road. So I just think the Bears it beating the teams that's less than them. Like if
Yeah,
they beat the Raiders, my bad, JB, but if they beat the Raiders, we all think the Raiders is nothing anyway. So it's like
you against the Lions there, because who wouldn't want to be able to help their coach get a little something against his former team, right? And what they do, they went out there and gave Detroit all the confidence and the road. Detroit still high off that victory against Chicago week 2. That's how bad of a victory it was for them and how bad it was of a loss for the Chicago Bears. So that shows you right there. In a game that actually was a big time matchup, that's how bad the Bears played. So that answers your question right there.
yeah.
Let's see. Purple says Cupcakes this year they will still struggle. Maybe 8 wins, but next year or the year after they might actually be something. So it takes a little time, but they got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do
Yeah,
to
they
get to
do.
that point. But that's the coach's job to build out the culture, each and every year. Because last year, Jim Harbaugh, he put the foundation in place for the Chargers. He said, we're going to have a good offensive line. We're going to have some running back. And then this year, he upped it. Last year, he picked up Lad McConkey. He picked up the pieces he needed in his first year. And this year, you see what they're doing right here. And I have no doubt he's going to lead his team to the playoffs this year. So,
That's why
and
when
that's
people
despite the division being good, too.
exactly that's why when people say it take time to build a team, it don't take that damn much. It don't take that long. Look what JD did look what JD Daniel did for the Commanders in 1 year. Look what Harbaugh did to the Chargers. It don't take that long to build a team. It depends if you got the coach or not.
Man, just imagine if they still had Ron Rivera running the Commanders at this point in time, bro, because they tried to keep him over there for a minute, give him all
Yeah,
kinds of excuses.
that's what I'm saying. If you got and what happened when Dog went there his first year, well, his second year he got his quarterback, and they went to the NFC Championship game and probably gonna make the playoffs again this year. He changed the franchise around. I'm not saying you gotta go to the Super Bowl or nothing, but you need to get in the playoff and win by the playoff games to make some noise.
Something where we see some like okay, like you can see when a team is actually improving, getting better and stuff. And it's like, okay, they really are on to something here. We're seeing it with our eyes, even if it doesn't always result in a victory. It's like we can see this team is improving. They have an identity now. They're developing that identity. And that's what you need to see anytime you get a new coach. That's exactly why Gerard Mayo's not back this year. Because there was no identity with him. His identity was lying to the press and then changing his word an hour later saying he ain't said that when he clearly said that. That's why he ain't here no more. So you're
Barbara,
right.
Barbara, what's the deal? But like, even go back. Look what CJ Stroud did for Houston his rookie year.
Mhm.
And even this year, I blame on CJ Stroud. The way he playing bad. I know I made a joke earlier about the Ohio State though, but like you said, you traded his
Get
best
that?
offensive lineman for what reason? You did not draft a nice young running back. Now you had no offense line, no running game. I blame the struggles on the Houston Texans GM. But CJ Stroud, he changed that team around in 1 year. It don't take long if you got the
What
right
he
head
did
coach and GM.
what he did was he showed them that Nico Collins was indeed the receiver that they drafted him to be. Because before that, they didn't have a quarterback to where they can see what he can do. But then at least with Cedar, they were able to see like, okay, Nico is him. Because as soon as those two connected, it was just something
Yeah.
about that Big Ten rivalry that just they elevated.
Yeah. Then the GM said F you. Trade your best offensive lineman. I'm gonna keep on using old Joe Mixon. I'm a sign Nick Chubb. Like that was dumb. You couldn't even sign a running back the Cowboys got. They signed him for a little bit of nothing.
She said the Eagles can be had. I believe it. It should have been the Rams and the Cowboys to beat the Eagles. Eagles should be 1-2. That's the NFL. That's
Yeah,
the
man.
NFL. That's how close it is sometimes between winning and losing the NFL. That's just the great teams find a way to win.
I was just about to
Sometimes it's
say that.
ugly. Yeah, sometimes it's ugly. All right, so Purple and Gold says, I blame the Texans quarterback coach. What the hell is this regression we're seeing? Go back and watch just CJ and you will be like, what the fuck? How are you staring down routes and forcing stuff? I mean, my man CJ don't look comfortable at all. Like his
He ain't
first year, he
comfortable.
looked like he was ready for a gold jacket. But this year, last 2 years, he has not been comfortable. So,
Not at all. But I blame that on the gym.
so RT says, question for Zoe. When JJ is healthy, are you bringing him back or keeping him on a bench if y'all keep winning?
It really depends on what Carson Wentz look in the next two games. Cause last week JJ could have did that shit. Like Carson Wentz ain't doing nothing to wow me. If he go out against a Steelers defense, that ain't really good though. But if he put up some good numbers, don't take dump sacks, don't have crazy turnovers, will dump interception or fumbles, and if he really play good against Cleveland, you might have to have that conversation. But other than that, if he's just tagging along off the running game and little play action passes and feeding off the defense, I believe a rookie quarterback can do that. So you put the rookie back in. But if he go out there and throw for 250, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interception, running the ball and looking good, shit, y'all got to have that conversation. You might tell JJ he might need another 4 weeks to soak that ankle. Shit.
He's like, I'm
I'm gonna
good,
be
coach.
real.
Like, nah, you ain't good. Just,
Nah,
just go ahead and
nah,
take my advice. But
nah,
no, that question's already been answered essentially by the decisions made in the off season. Like essentially moving on from Sam Darnold, letting Daniel Jones walk and stuff like that. The decision was made that if he is healthy, that this organization was going to put their faith in him to develop with these guys out there. That was basically the decision. The only way you don't do that is if Carson Wentz is looking like the Carson Wentz when the Eagles had won that Super Bowl before he got hurt. That's the only way you don't switch it back immediately is if he's out there looking like that. But anything short of that, you got to go back to JJ because the reason why you're starting him is for the upside of what he can potentially come because you're thinking Super Bowl. You don't want to just have another comfortable season where you go out there, win 13, 14 games, and then get bounced in the second round. You want a guy that's going to be able to take you all the way. And you got to see if he is that guy. So, that's what it comes down to. We know for a fact Carson Wentz ain't that guy. I can tell you that right
right.
here, right now. Carson Wentz ain't that guy. And so I'm pretty sure Vikings fans right now, you had your good regular season last year. You don't want to just repeat that. You want the Super Bowl. That's the goal. And that's why as soon as JJ's healthy, you put him back out there. You have to see what he's got.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you got the same question next year and you didn't figure it out this year. And you already know what Carson Wentz is. So that's already that. Barbara says, Zoe, you seen the injury report for the Steelers?
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
Barbara. I did see it though. I thought you telling me something different, but yeah, like Patrick Queen, he was limited. Darius
mhm,
Slay ain't pressed. He ain't practiced. He getting some veteran rest. Joey Porter, he was limited today, and they safety Deshaun Elliott, he was limited. Jaylen Warren rested though, but I think a lot of people gonna play though, but they might not play a lot because they dealing with some injuries. So that's all I got on the injury report for the Pittsburgh Steelers for real. I believe them players are gonna play. This is a big game for Pittsburgh, especially the
yeah,
way Baltimore been looking. Shit.
opportunities there. With Cincy hurt, I know there ain't nobody thinking about Cleveland, even though they got that win, but still, they got to.
Yeah.
They got to. Let's see. I mean, yeah, like shoot, that was the decision back then. You have to at this point. You've already committed to JJ as the guy. and he's the only one with the unknown potential. We have to see what he can do out there. You have to.
So
So
you saying no matter what, he the quarterback?
he has to be the quarterback. He
So
has
so
to be the
let, so
quarterback.
let me ask you this. If Winston go out there against the Steelers and the Browns, and
Hmm.
let's say he throw the ball like 26 times, and he go for like 300 yards, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions, you still putting JJ out there against the Eagles?
Still got to. Still
Dang,
got to.
I don't know.
Still
We
got
might have
to.
to have that conversation.
I mean, you
But then,
still got to.
but at the end of the day, it's a team game. So
It's a
what you
team
tell?
game.
So
But let me
so
tell
you
you something now. Let me say now, one thing I've noticed, and Sam Darnold is a great example of this, because the organization literally just witnessed this last year. Sam Darnold goes out there, has an amazing start to the season, but then as the season goes on, starts to teeter, but the defense is still good to where you can't too much notice it. But at the very end, in the playoffs, where that team game becomes down to quarterback making plays here to win games, all of a sudden you can't just rely on that defense to go out there with 3 pick sixes to win the game. Now you got to go out there and be that guy, make those plays to win the games. But then all of a sudden, it's something about once we get past Halloween where the mask starts to fall off. You can pretend to be that guy early on in the season, but once we get to the playoffs, you can't pretend no more. You got to really be that guy. And Carson Wentz has never been that guy. And so while he's capable of maybe having a good regular season, I don't believe it carries over to
so
the playoffs. And that's exactly why we got to see if JJ, one thing I say about JJ in a big game, when it came to college football and stuff like that, as much as I call them the handoff merchant and stuff like that, he knew how to rise in a big game occasion. We got to see if that trait carries over to the NFL, because that's why you drafted him. You didn't draft him to go out there and throw 40 touchdowns. You drafted him to go out there and win you 4 postseason games if need be. So
I,
that's why you do it.
I feel you, but damn, what is it? What is it could be like? What is it could be like some Carson Wentz and Nick Foles shit going on? You know what I'm saying? Like,
You took an injury for them to switch away from him. Who knows what happens if he doesn't get hurt? Who knows? Time will tell. Let's see what he says. JB Zoe, who do y'all think is more likely to make the playoffs? The Colts, Steelers, or Ravens, or all three? I'll let you go first, Zoe.
I would say to make the playoffs, I would say Indy and the Ravens.
Yeah, I like those two. I like those two. And if I had to pick one right now, it's tough to go against with Indianapolis based upon what they're doing right now. It really is. But I have a lot of confidence that Indianapolis will win their division as of right now. But I got to keep an eye out for Jacksonville. I know they're 2-1 right now, but I've got to keep an eye out for them. I don't know what Houston's doing, but it's not looking good for them. Ravens and Steelers, they're going to beat each other up. One of these two teams will rise to the occasion. I assume it's going to be Baltimore, but we will see. I can't keep giving them the benefit of the doubt, and they don't go out there and perform. But right now, the Colts seem like the clearest bet for me right now, followed up by the Ravens, then the Steelers. So it says Vikings, go all the way. All right, so let's see. Gold Bar says, I don't care if Wentz throws for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns in the next 2 games. I also don't care if we don't win a single game with JJ. I would be more than happy with knowing that we have and the flashes there. So, so he's committed to the seeing what JJ can do through in and throughout. Now, Zoe, early on in the offseason, I thought you were on that same page of we have to see what the kid can do. But it sounds like you're saying that if Carson Wentz looks the part, you're willing to consider rolling the dice with him in that scenario as long as the team continues to win.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, I don't know how long he been watching the Vikings. I've been watching the Vikings since '98, man. I don't have a lot of years to try to see my team win them down. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't have a lot of years. When Carson Wentz went down and Nick Foles went in there, whoever thought Nick Foles we seen year prior could win a Super Bowl with the Eagles? Whoever thought? Cause we remember what he looked like when he had Chip Kelly and other coaches. He ain't looked too good. He had probably one good season. That was it. But I don't have a lot of years, man. And if Carson Wentz get in that motherfucker and throw for 1,000 yards in 2 games, shit, I'll be right outside that damn stadium with a damn stick. Like, no, hell no. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. JJ young, JJ 22 years old. He got his whole future in front of him. And if he feel a certain way because he got benched for another quarterback that playing at a high level, you ain't the quarterback for me then. Yo, mentally ain't tough. This football. You could lose your job off of injury. I'm just being real with you. JJ, my guy, he the quarterback of the future, but I'm keeping the buck with you. Especially if you throw for 1,000 yards in 2 games, 10 touchdowns, JB. You gonna bench that?
Bench him immediately after that. Now we got to give it a couple more games here. I got to wait for a bad game to be like, all right, you're back in, kid. Like,
yeah, exactly. That was like
that's
shit.
tough. That's tough.
Shit.
That's tough. But overall, it's still JJ's job. Like, unless Wentz just goes out there and just, as you said, like ball out crazy to that degree,
That's
where you can't.
AJB. That's why you tell the team doctor to give JJ a call. Like, we had the wrong results. You got way more damage than we thought. You're gonna need another 2 to 3 weeks for it to heal completely. Tell them a lie. Fuck it. They do that shit all the time.
But you know what? We just saw 2 weeks ago Russell Wilson throw for 400-something yards passing, and then he got benched this week for Jackson Dart. Just 2 weeks after, one game after, he immediately gets benched because the young guy, you got to see what he can do. Got to see what he can do.
I feel you though, but I'm just saying, man. Like, shit, the Giants won some Super Bowls in my lifetime. That's tough shit. Fuck shit. I done see them win 2 of them motherfuckers.
See, Gold says, okay, with that being said, what happens if Wentz fails in the playoffs? Then next year we do the same thing, agonizing if he should start to just lose in the playoffs. You think we don't lose or fire Pete?
I don't know, man. That's just, man. It's
tough.
This is the NFL. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough game. It's a tough business, man. It's a business at the end of the day, man. I'm not saying Carson Wentz the future quarterback. I have to say, tell JJ you need a little bit longer. Shit.
You know, I will say this. It varies from team to team, situation from situation. Because I remember years ago, back when Jay Cutler was hurt for the Chicago Bears and Josh McCown was quarterbacking, and it came down to the final game of the season against the Packers, 1 win, and they're in. And they decided to put Jay Cutler in there just because Jay Cutler was their quarterback, and thinking, even though he wasn't 100%, they just threw him in there, ended up losing that game, in which I strongly feel if they had started Josh McCown, they'd have
I
won
remember
that game
that.
and made the playoffs.
I
And
remember
so,
that. But
so
Cutler was the quarterback of the future. You see,
both
like,
ways.
yeah, it's tough, but that's why you got coaches, man. I ain't no coach, so that's what they got to do to call it. Shit.
That's what they get paid for. Because if they mess it up, then we can criticize them.
Exactly. Can't criticize me. Shit.
As he said, JB did Pete Carroll just go to the Raiders for a bag. I truly believe he loves coaching. There's nothing that he enjoys more than coaching. You'll see him out there throwing passes and stuff like that in the practice just because he loves football and he loves being out there. This is what makes him the most happy. So he did it for the love of the game. The Raiders did it out of desperation and stuff like that. They needed a big name coach, someone who has shown that he can do what he can do. And I'll give it to Pete Carroll. He knows how to get pieces, and like they draft well lately and stuff like that down there in Seattle. That's probably more of a GM type of thing. But still, I can understand them giving them the opportunity. It's really tough in the AFC West. You got the Chargers, you got the Raiders, you got the Chiefs. I'm sorry, not the Raiders, the Broncos. You got the Chiefs. It's tough down there, man. Like it's tough, and all you brought was Geno Smith and a bag of chips with you. You don't need a little bit more than that. I mean, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, that's it. That's where it stops. That's where it stops. All these other teams, they got their own Lad McConkey out there. They've got their own, Omarion out there running back. They've got their pieces, Bo Nick. So it was an uphill battle to begin with for the Raiders. So, but honestly, I felt like he did it for the love of the game, not for the money.
All right, Purple Bar. He said he out of here. I'll be
Appreciate you
tapping
coming
in.
through. Take care.
Into your live.
As she said, Zoe Cutler, all that arm talent, but just no heart, no personality. He should have been that dude, but he was a flash in the pan.
Yeah, you right. He just ain't care. It's like he just played for the money for real. Cause he'd throw an interception, wouldn't even give a fuck. Like, fuck it.
Exactly. But yeah, it's one of those decisions where I was like, come on, like Josh McCown was balling. But then again, I was also mad when Brian Flores was forced to start Tua over Ryan Fitzpatrick, partially because Ryan Fitzpatrick was on my fantasy team. But he was purely balling out that year. It was like Fitzmagic was real that year. And they just opted to just play Tua for no apparent reason. No apparent reason. So any other question?
Yeah, man, gonna be a good week.
Right.
Good football week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be some exciting matchups here. I'm looking forward to it. Both college and NFL. Must win
Yes,
for my
sir.
Patriots this week. Must win.
You ain't lying.
She says, I guess my last question is probably if the Dolphins lose to the Jets, is Mike McDaniels fired? That's a
I
good
would
question.
say, I would say he probably get if they lose to the Jets, he probably get fired in the next 2 weeks. He don't make it. He don't make it to Halloween.
At home, they bust out the New Jerseys. You can't exactly replace Tua like you probably would want to. I think he is gone if they lose this game to the
Yeah,
Jets, especially if the Jets beat them by like multiple scores and it's just a snooze fest and stuff, and people start leaving the game early. I do think that this could be it for Mike McDaniels. But I expect Brian DeBoer to be the first one to get fired, though, honestly. So
who?
I think the Dolphins will win this one. His time will come at some point, but Brian DeBoer will be the first coach to be fired this year. It has to be.
You ain't lying.
Absolutely. Samuel says, I'm out. Well, good night to you, Samuel. Take care and thanks for coming through, as always. And I guess we'll go ahead and wrap things up here. But thank you guys so much for coming through. It's been great. It's been real. Zoe, let them know where they can find you at and your next stream if you know.
My next stream will probably be Thursday night for that primetime game. And catch me at In the Zone Sports, ZOE dash N Sports. I'm on YouTube, of course, but you can find me on Instagram heavy a lot. And I'll be on Twitter every now and then. And I'm on TikTok a lot too, though. I'm mainly on Instagram and TikTok a lot.
And Twitch.
And yeah, Twitch too, though.
All right. Weather safe, y'all. And so just for now,
I follow you.
I'm here, Samuel. All right. Well, thanks again, everyone, for coming through. Y'all take care. Have a great night and a great rest of your week. And we will see you guys next time.
Be safe.